Hey y'all, I was planning on running and getting a refill on my coffee and my water, but it took me a little longer to get all of my screens set up because, yeah, I'm doing more things again. Right now we are live on YouTube and Twitch and on TikTok. So hopefully we will get some new folks in for you guys to have fun and play with from all the places because that's the goal, right? Okay, let me look back at the chat. I know that we got the welcomes working, which is awesome. So going back to the top. Oh, I didn't answer Jim's question from the earlier stream. We did a members only live stream, and Mr. Jim asked if I had gotten in Simon Hurley stuff. But no, it wasn't Simon Hurley. It was the BetterPress of the month that I've been waiting on since before the first of the month. But anyway, just looking down to try to get to the next part. So Miss Judy B was the first one in to the new live stream over on YouTube. So thank you very much, honey. Welcome in. Then we have Miss Lisa Morgan with the Crafty Collective check-in. Yes, Crafty Collective. And then we have Miss Shelley. Welcome in. Hey, so happy that you made it back in, Miss Shelley. I know that you were here yesterday and I know you said that sometimes it's hard for you to come in, and Miss Jana's in, and Miss Dawn. So I think I caught everybody who said hello. And we also have Amarit, who is on both YouTube and on Twitch. So if you see her on Twitch, her name over there is Ask3Pot. Not sure what it means, but that's her name over on Twitch. I would love for the folks over on TikTok, as you pop in, please say hello. We'd love to say hello to you. Hello, Miss Gloria. Miss Gloria L is in the house. Yay. So anyway, we're going to be having more people popping in and more welcomes show up on the screen. So just know that that is kind of the thing that's going to be interrupting the stream constantly, because that's what we do. And I love it when you guys do that. I want y'all to interact. I want you to have fun. So it always happens. Oh, is that supposed to be like, so okay. She says, Ask3 Pot equals Cinderella. Diane, welcome in. So we have Miss Diane Frazier, first visit, just checking me out. Thank you so much for popping in. And I'm just curious, how did you find us? She probably saw that it said BetterPress and she said, I wonder. Yeah, well, that was the purpose. So we're going to be playing with the BetterPress of the month. So let me go ahead and switch my camera and let you guys see what it is. And loving this, by the way. So the BetterPress of the month is this. It is the Luxe Damask. I do like a damask pattern. Now, Danielle, it's your birthday. Fabulous, honey. Happy birthday. I don't have a birthday thing, but I do have a party. So it is time for a party. So welcome, and Lady Antique, welcome. Janice says, oh yay, I just got my BetterPress. Love it. Yeah, I love my BetterPress too. Absolutely. So this is a really lovely damask pattern. I've got a few things that are a damask pattern. One of my favorites that I don't use very often. Hey ASMR, welcome back. Jana says it's her hubby's birthday. That's fabulous. Yay! Happy birthday to all the birthday. I need to set up something. I did see just off topic. I'm going to try to stay on topic as much as possible, but you're reminding me. I did see someone had some kind of a widget to go into OBS and StreamerBot, which is what I use for the effects and things to have things automatically happen. Because you notice when that welcome comes up, I'm not touching any buttons. But the way that we're able to do, there's supposed to be a way to have a birthday thing, like a happy birthday celebration pop up on the screen. I can hit party. I can do that. But yeah, that's something I kind of got in the back of my mind that I'd like to try and add to it. Don't know when it's going to happen. I got too many other things that I want to get done, but it is kind of sitting back there because I always want to welcome you guys and I always want to tell you happy birthday for your birthday, even if I don't always send out a card. Make lots of cards, but I don't always send them all out. Okay, anyway. Who's this one? Miss Mary's Crafty Creation also did a check-in for the Crafty Collective. Welcome back, honey. And she's over on Twitch right now for that part. So I think she's on both. Your birthday was on the 9th. My husband's was I'm not going to say the date because he has the security thing that he's concerned with, but his was like within the last month. So we had his birthday and just went out for sushi. That was about it. I did buy him something. I ordered it, and then it's like, okay, what do you want? And it's like, well, this is the only thing I kind of need. So it's like, okay, let's go ahead and order it. Tell me the right part. So we've got some new burners for the grill because I really needed it. Anyhow, I think this is a super, super lovely. And this is one of the things, for transparency, I am an influencer with Spellbinders. They do send me stuff to try out and show you guys. I love it all. Spellbinders has to be my #1 favorite company, and I have a lot of stuff from them. I don't like all of it. I'll be honest. I don't like all of it. This is one of the things that, hey, Miss Ruth, welcome. This is one of the things that I decided, okay, the BetterPress of the month, they send them late. And I don't get them early like I do all the other things. But this is the latest that it's been. And since the first of the year, I'm not 100% sure what they've got me on the list for going all the way forward. Okay, so I didn't know if maybe I got it last month and I wasn't going to get it this month. This is one that I was this close to just ordering it because it's gorgeous and it could be used for so many things, right? Of course, I thought that before I started playing. So one thing we know we can do with this, we can do a BetterPress, our standard BetterPress. Oh, thank you, Anne. Anne said, found you through the live broadcast that I had with Elizabeth. Fabulous. Well, thank you so much, honey. Sharon's in. Okay, Sharon, honey, listen up, hon. Are you on the Discord? Somebody put the Discord link in there. If you're not already a member on my Discord, you need to join it, okay? We do a stream showcase on Tuesday nights showing off your work. So if you post pictures of your recent projects, I'll show them off. So Sharon, you messaged me. You commented on something. I don't remember exactly where I saw it, but you said something about your granddaughter made one of the flinger cards. I want a picture. Or a video. So go ahead and get it posted over in the stream showcase so I can show it off, okay? We want to see it. Tell me, anybody else in the chat, any of the 3 chats, do any of you guys want to see her granddaughter's confetti flinger card that she made using the templates that we played with last week? Hey, Miss Bethany, I watched your live. I watched the replay of your live today. So if you didn't know, Bethany's, let me see if I can gotta get to the right shot. Where's the correct shot? I think it's this one. I'm going to go ahead and give you a shout out. If you're not already following Bethany, she hasn't done a lot recently, but she's coming back and she does some fabulous projects. The one that she was doing today, she played with some alcohol ink today on the live stream that she did this morning that I watched the replay of. I also ask you, what mic are you using? Because I notice it's not headset like what I do. I love the sound from this one, but I think you had it up somewhere else, and I want to know what kind of mic you were using and how yes, Sharon, how you have it set up, because I still have got some ideas. I'd like to do something without I'd like to be able to actually have my hair decent when I'm on a stream instead of always having everything on the headphones. But I'd love to see what you're using, because that may be an option. I need to look into it more. I mean, I've got another mic, but yeah. So Anita over on Twitch says, BetterPress is new to me. Looking forward to learning. Fabulous. I think I need to do a class on that too. I do workshops once a month, and the next workshop is coming up this Saturday. But what I have mostly done is things that I know more people have got access to. So I am working on, send me a picture. Thank you, Bethany. Also send me a picture of how you have it set up to see if it'll work with what I've got. because, I mean, I can always do improvements, right? But a lot of it has to do with, can I get it here and it not block the view from my 3 big monitors? Because as it is, this camera up here blocks the view depending on how I've got it set up. So anyway, I would love to see your setup. Back to the BetterPress. Oh yeah, I was talking about workshops. This next workshop we're doing is actually embossing folders and doing a fun blackout technique that's a little bit different than what I've seen other folks do before. But I think I'm going to do some kind of like a smaller class, maybe separate, maybe not the monthly workshop on the BetterPress, because I know a lot of people have got questions, especially if there are people that have got it and it's in the box and they haven't tried it yet. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Norma. Norma says she shopped on scrapbook.com twice today and Ranger once under my affiliate links. That is so wonderful. Thank you so much. You got the other one specific for gaming streams because I like the setup better. Yeah. Well, I've got a snowball mic, but it still doesn't sound as good as this mic. And it's the OCD in me. It really is. And I don't really have a way to put it anywhere so it's out of frame. Because it would irritate me if I was looking, if when I looked in the camera, when I looked at the screen, that I saw the mic in there all the time. That would bother me. Debbie says, that's me. I've had it, but I'm afraid to try it. Yeah, and Bethany says, oh, Norma, affiliate link shoppers are amazing. Absolutely. You guys are you help. Let me just put it this way. Affiliate shopping helps me keep the channel going. Because although everybody talks about getting monetized when they start a YouTube channel, even after, I've got, 7,100 subscribers on my channel, and I get a lot of views. Affiliate income is still such a tiny, tiny thing. It definitely doesn't pay for creativation, that's for sure. And that's good. That's coming up real soon too. So the affiliate sales help, the workshops that help, anything that y'all can do. Most of it, if watching the videos, liking, subscribing, all of those things are free. So a lot of the stuff is where it doesn't cost you anything extra. But everything you do definitely helps. Okay, so this is the first panel I did. I had to do this as soon as I got it, and it's gorgeous. And this was without realizing that there was a registration thing in the package. So this is not lined up exactly perfect. I have a little bit more of a gap. This is just me eyeballing it. Okay? But in your package, you have this. You also have the registration, which is right now in my BetterPress. And might as well grab that out. So I did look at a lot of other ways that we can do things with the BetterPress. Okay. It's kind of where I had an idea this morning when I woke up. Isn't that when the best ideas happen? So of course, as soon as I got up, I had to try it and loved the result. And I thought, well, I wonder if there's some other ways that I haven't tried yet that we can maybe do tonight. And the 2 ways that you guys have seen me do it mostly are with the BetterPress itself and with my Glimmer system. So we will be doing foiling with this. Yes, we will. I've had questions about, will it work with such and such die cutting machine? Well, I have 3 now, but I only have 2 of the large ones. So look what I'm bringing out for you guys. This is my Big Mama Big Kick, which is the Big Shot from Sizzix. This is my first die cutting machine. I even dusted it after I used it. But yeah, I've got that out. So we're going to go ahead and do a first BetterPress. Okay, Bethany, that is perfect. So first thing I'm going to do, Bethany is saying, I don't have the BetterPress, but a bunch of plates because some kits come with them. We're going to be doing some stuff that is going to be perfect for you because it's stuff that I hadn't really done in a long time. And it's like, oh my God, this works fabulously. And I'm loving it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a regular press with this. Okay. And here's my little kit here. I've already got the registration taped down. Now, one thing, if you've watched any of my videos on the BetterPress before, you would probably notice that I have a piece of acetate, or rather packaging, taped down to my plate. The reason for that, it's not necessary, but it is to help me to keep this thing from staining. That's the only thing I'm concerned with. The plastic is going to wipe off ink really, really easy. So yeah, I can pull this up, replace it anytime I want to, and my magnetic platform here is not going to be stained, and that's the thing that had me concerned. I've already got some stains on there, didn't like it. So all I've done since then is I taped this one down. Here is our registration, and you can see it's got some squiggles on there. And here's the way that works. I could shift it down a little bit. Here's the thing. This end, is it this? It's this way. Okay, this end, see the blue line there? That blue line there is where the tips go. So we're just going to line that up right there. And another question I had last week, I think it was, sometime in the last week, because I've slept since then. I don't remember exactly when, but somebody had asked, well, I don't want to use it because I don't have the BetterPress inks. Well, you know what? I have a bunch of inks. I have Simon Hurley inks. Let's go with, just happened to be the first thing I pulled out, Miss Mary. We'll go with some Crown Me, some purple. And I'm just going to add some ink on there. Now, these bigger plates, they don't really move around much when it's on the magnet. Smaller ones do, but it wasn't really hard for me to line it back up with those lines. As long as it doesn't move, you don't have to, yeah, as long as it doesn't move, you don't have to really worry about it. You can basically add multiple colors to the same plate. You could color one side purple, the other side blue, and do them in separate, actually do them in multiple, I hadn't even really thought about it, multiple pressings, and it's going to stay in the same spot. Now, the only problem I have with felt ones is that sometimes the little fibers come off. But that's what tweezers are for, right? Okay. And got some BetterPress paper. Again, it's another thing that is similar to inks. You don't have to use the BetterPress paper. You can use other papers. You can use regular cardstock. I will be using regular cardstock with some of the examples today. I'm using some, I saw this from Jennifer McGuire, love it. I'm using some removable adhesive on the back so that I can put this in place right in the middle there. Okay, so it's in the middle. It's going to stay in place. You can also use some Best Ever Craft tape. It works great, but since this is going to be for the entire thing, I kind of want to have the, it didn't stick down well enough. Okay. Yeah, have to rub it on there well enough. But I want to make sure that it's going to stick in the center instead of around the edges because I don't really want to have the tape masking it off. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the platen over. And these little guys here, these things, are little springs with magnets attached. So it attaches this. So there we go. And it basically makes the paper hover over the top. And just to show that it will work in this big shot, we're going to use the big shot first. This is bigger. I don't normally pull it out because it takes up so much space. And that's one reason why I love my Platinum 6. But both of them, if you could use it in the Platinum 6, you can use it in this, just in general, because the spacing that it goes through the die cutting machine is the same. Did I get enough? I think I got enough ink on there. I don't know. I'm just looking at it and I'm seeing a lot of space above the top, but that's where I only needed a little bit at the thing. Okay, this is the first run through. We're going to run it through a few more times. Okay. And that again came off, but there we go. I am going to do it again though because I'm not going to be able to get this, probably not in exactly, well, I think I'll be close enough. Yeah, I'm switching to my regular adhesive for this one because hopefully this one will hold it on there better. Flipping that over in case there's any ink on there, which it shouldn't be. Now I'm going to clean this up a little bit. It's regular, this is just regular water reactive ink, so I'm just going to use some water to clean it off. Anne wants to know, have you played Last Shelter Survival on mobile? I don't know what that is, but no. Guess that's a good answer. And I think I'm going to do purple for the whole one. Now this is one where the plate, this is another way. The plate is, because it's going to do sections of our card, you could do a different color each section if you wanted to. So now I'm going to shift it down to where these marks are, the ones that are in pink. So it lines up on that end around the edges there, and it lines up here. So it's going to be perfectly positioned, as long as we didn't move the cardstock anywhere weird. And I'm just going to put some more purple ink down. Love the way it looks already. Absolutely. One thing I have learned with different types of ink pads is if it's a felt pad, you typically have to rub things on in order to get all the ink to come out. If it's a foam pad, you're going to want to just tap it. And I can see it shifted just a little bit, so I'm just going to move that over. You can use pokey tool. I'm just using my tweezers, just to get it back in place. We're going to put this back over, making sure we have it on the right end. And we're going to run it back through our big kick again. Yes, exactly, Shelly. She said it would look amazing in variegated purple, teal, and blue. Yes. And there you go. And we could leave it there, and this would leave us plenty of room down at the bottom for sentiment. I think that's actually what I'm going to do with that one, but isn't that gorgeous? And it really didn't take, it took basically zero effort. Okay, get that cleaned up again. And I've got my Glimmer system heating up too. So that one is good to go over there. Yes, I know, right, Shelly? This is gorgeous. Now, like I said, this was the first one that I did. Okay, turn it over. This is the first one I did that was in the blue. This is just a really, really pretty. Actually, I think I need to do one more on here first before I switch over to the Glimmer. Because again, people are asking, can I use other inks on this, right? Y'all ask, can you use other inks? And I say, yes, you can use whatever inks. When I first got this, I went through all of my different ink types, pretty much. I don't think I use oxides, but I use pretty much everything else. And it turned out Lego. It turned out gorgeous. And you can't feel it from where you're at, but when you're rubbing it over, because this is the thicker cotton paper, this is some BetterPress paper, you can feel the impression. And it just feels lovely. Okay, but you don't have to do that. You could use just regular cardstock. I've done that. I'm getting so much crafting done. I know, right? Okay, and let's get some of that adhesive off of there. So I think this time, since I said you can, I'm going to use some regular cardstock. Now, where did I put my stack of panels that I just cut today? So here's a regular panel. I'm going to do the same thing with it. I'm going to try with this one. Hey, Melody. Welcome, welcome. How's the weather in California? Okay, I'm going to put that in place. There are all this much stuff from when I pulled off the other one came on there. So there are registration marks on our platen. So you just line it up with those marks, pressing it down in the center. And let's go with another color. Oh yeah, I said something about different inks, didn't I? I don't use these much. Oh, I can't do it on this. Well, yes, I can. I don't use these much, but I need to. These are the Lisa Horton interference inks. The way these work, they're magic. One side, one of the colors on here, when you put it on white paper. Welcome in, Sandra. Sandra Faye Bricole from Switzerland. Fabulous. Welcome in. And hello, Miss Jenny G. Thank you so much for popping in, guys. So on this ink, if I okay, I think the thickness has to do, okay, did I miss a question? Dawn. Can you ink and press them into, honey, just wait. Dawn has a good question, and I will be doing something like that later. Believe me, I'm going to try to go through as many things as I can. I looked up a lot of different ways that you can do this, and I'm loving all of the different examples. So I definitely want to go through them all. But if you do have additional questions and stuff, feel free to put them in there. I'm going to do my best to answer all of those. Lots of last week, 2 days of overcast and little sun, then back to major storms again tomorrow. What? Near Sacramento. Wow. Lots of flooding because you guys don't have the drainage that you need. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Florida, so we're on a sandbar, so we get lots of rain all the time, but it goes straight down into into the ground and dissipates, so it's no big deal. So this ink is, again, a second type of... but the Glimmer plates. Oh, yeah, you cannot use a Glimmer plate through the BetterPress system. You could break your machine. Just saying. I would not, I mean, I have not personally tried it. I was told no when I asked that same question at Creativation. I asked Denzel when he was doing his first demo of me seeing this thing, and he said no. So I've also heard that a lot of companies are starting to kind of not do as many Glimmer plates anymore. Instead, or hot foil plates. Instead, they're doing BetterPress plates because you can use those on both and get even better results. So anyway, this ink is fabulous. If you use this specific pad on white paper, you're going to get this chestnutty look over here. If you use it on black, you're going to get the purple. This one, orange purple. This one, blue and gold. So I'm going to start off with the... I didn't do the chestnut yet. I'm going to do that one. We're going to do white cardstock with this ink. It just looks like that brown color. And this one, again, is... Yeah, I probably got too much on there. Hopefully, it's not going to go crazy. This one I have not used hardly at all. And I'm going to go with it. There are some smudges in places that may wind up getting pressed. I know it will. I was going to try not to be OCD. I can't. Let me try to get some of that ink up. That's not supposed to be on there. We're going to go with it. And I can see that I didn't really get good on this end either. And of course, I've got a couple little pulls over here that I need to pick up. Okay, so now we're going to put it over. This time I'm going to bring out my trusty Platinum 6. Welcome in, Miss Melissa. Haven't seen your name pop up in a little while, so welcome in. And you notice that, okay, I have trouble concentrating while I'm talking, and I'm really talking a lot, so I'm not really paying all that much attention to what I'm doing with these. But it still turns out fabulous. Look at that. I think I'm going to leave that one alone as well. I'm going to leave it as that. But the next one, I'm going to do the same ink, okay? But we're going to use black cardstock. And I can see that it's not completely dry, so I'm going to set that one to the side. Okay, where is a black panel? Here we go. I'm going to do the same thing on some black, okay? Putting some adhesive on the back to hold it onto my platen here. Add some more of that same warm chestnut shimmer. I'm going to try not to put quite so much. It's still too much ink. That's okay. It's still going to look gorgeous. Just wait till you see it. And then I'll show you the ones I did earlier. And we're just going to run that through again. This is a great way to get lots and lots and lots of panels done. Okay. Okay, so when I shine it in the light, right now it is a little bit wet, but this kind of has got a little bit of a purpley look to it. This is going to be real subtle because it is going to be that dark, dark purple on black. But yeah. And I have noticed that these inks, they dry a little brighter. So once this is dry, you can probably see a little bit more up at the top. That is starting to look a little bit more bluish, a bluish purple. Yeah, while this is still wet. Fabulous. Norma says you are making me want to use my BetterPress now. Fabulous. Okay. Put that one to the side and let it dry. And then where did I put the pan? Oh, yeah, here we go. Not that one. Yeah, I have a handful of panels that I did earlier today. Oh, I love that one. And did I do any with the other side? See, I did a lot of different things today. I am going to show that one later. I think this is the only one I did with the interference inks. This one is using the other two. So we've got this one, okay, that is the sapphire gold. And then we have the pumpkin spice. Oh no, I think I did use the sapphire. I think I did use this one. But look at that. This is with Lisa Horton's interference inks. Love it. Absolutely love it. I know, right? So we will see. Okay, so Mary says, oh, yes, love this. I'm in love with it, okay? I don't do enough with the interference inks, and I need more, and she's coming out with more things, and yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so we've done two things so far. We've done regular BetterPress, right? Regular BetterPress with Simon Hurley ink, which says, yes, you can use Simon Hurley ink. Well, just like everything else, it looks like I'm starting to stain this a little bit. Let me get out my archival ink cleaner. This will clean it better probably than water. The water works great when you're using a water reactive ink. I'm not sure exactly how the interference inks are in different types, but this should help. But if it doesn't, it's just a stain. Doesn't matter. It's just like with our stamps. That's cleaning most of it off. And I usually use alcohol to clean these things, but I was watching Jennifer McGuire on a video on one of her live streams recently, and apparently the folks at Spellbinders said don't. There is you could... I did that. I'm assuming you guys heard... Yeah, okay, thanks, Anita. I'm assuming that you guys heard the door knocking. Okay, so far we've done regular BetterPress. We've done it with other inks, not the BetterPress inks. I did BetterPress ink before. I wonder why, yeah. Okay, thank you for that too. So, thank you, Mary. I do love my Tangia bot. So if you guys don't know about Tangia yet, here we go. That should bring up a pop-up and a link. So if you want to do any more trolling of the streamer, you can do that. I don't mind a bit. It's fun. I'm not sure what Dawn is saying. I wonder why. I wonder if she's talking about the door knocking or why that ink works the way it does. I'm not sure how it works. My dog just took off when he heard the knocking. I can feel that I've got like stuff on my hands. I'm not happy with that. Okay, so we did regular Simon Hurley ink. We did Lisa Horton ink. We did it on black and on white, and it looks fabulous. We did regular cardstock and we did BetterPress cardstock. So next we're going to do foil, which that is still warm, but it turned itself off. Let me grab some foil. Do you guys have a preference for color? Do y'all have a preference for color? I'm going to go ahead and put my BetterPress system back in its box because, like you, I don't really have a home for it yet.
Mary
hey,
Strass,
Rhonda.
Creations 11 asked me, will Debbie J use purple foil when she does the Glimmer with the BetterPress? I don't know if Debbie J will use purple foil, but I'll tell you this, they better use whatever makes that card pop, like it just got hit with divine inspiration. Keep your eyes peeled and see what masterpiece unfolds.
Okay, so I can tell that what Mary wants is purple foil, so let me see what I can find. I do have a magenta that does not work very well. Hey, Miss Elizabeth, how you doing, honey? So let's see what I've got in here. Got blue. This one's blue. Lovely, lovely. Ooh, we have the lilac. We have the lilac. So we're going to go with that. How's this, Mary? Actually, this one's lavender. Sorry, this one is a matte lavender. So we're going to do that one. Elizabeth says, but I want green. We will do something in green for Miss Elizabeth too. So I've got my Glimmer system out and piece of regular cardstock. And I'm going to try to do this the way that Jennifer McGuire mentioned. And it's basically putting it on there and grabbing a piece of tape and doing the hinge method. And I'm going to do this one. Actually, let's do it this direction. Cover more of it at once. Now this is going to be a little more difficult, and I'm not going to do it this time, but this would be a little bit more difficult to do multiple layers just because lining it up. But I told you, I eyeballed it last time. So I'm just adding my tape there. So I've got a little hinge that is not holding it. So let's try it again. And I still have orange ink on there. But that's okay. Okay, so now we have a hinge. I'm going to try pulling it back a little bit. It's not working. Anyway, I want to make sure that I get this under the entire thing, right? Yeah, we're going to go this way. Let me grab out some scissors. Yes, I have AC on. I'm still not bringing out my quick cutter because I have way too much stuff on my desk. Okay, so we're going to slide that under where I want my plate to go. And I can't get my nails under it, so what do I use when I can't? I grab out my, I have it, where is it? I used it earlier. Ah! I'm looking for my magnet. I can't find my regular magnet, so I'm going to use one of these. This one. Okay. I'm going to put this back down. At least the foil stayed in place. And now I'm going to try taping that in place. There we go. And it does go all the way to the bottom, which is nice. Cutting off the excess because we don't really need it. Okay. So our Glimmer system is all nice and hot. Over here on the side, the button says position, the platform is ready. So I'm going to turn this over. So the plate is going to be touching the hot surface there. Pressing that down, placing that down, putting the thin shim and the spacer pad over the top. Because this is a bigger plate and I haven't used it yet on here, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to turn it back on and let it heat up. Okay. So that should just take another couple of minutes for that to do. If that's, the white is in bloom. It's okay to eat? What? I have no idea what she's talking about yet. Okay, that's because Elizabeth was talking and I didn't see it. Elizabeth, did you see this yet? We've already done a couple of panels. This one I did earlier. This one is the one that we just did with the warm chestnut. Okay, so here's the warm chestnut, and here's that panel. For some reason, I thought it was supposed to look purple, but this actually, to me, looks blue. It's a dark blue, and I think this is absolutely gorgeous. Just keep crafting, just keep crafting. And then this is the exact same color, but on white. And that's a brown, and it's kind of got a little bit of purplish tint to it when you move it in the light. These are just gorgeous. Okay, told you it wouldn't take long. This says that the platform's already ready to go. Let's move the inks back out the way and bring back out. I haven't done this either in a while. I'm going to bring out my Big Shot again and let you see that the Glimmer system will work in this big machine too. Okay, so we're going to just run that through. And you can see this is taking up basically the entire screen. So that's one reason why I really don't use this for my videos. It just takes up too much space. Okay, let's take a look and see how that did. So it's still taped on there. Pulled off the tape. Let that cool down a little bit. And then I'm going to have to go back and look at my list. Okay, got to catch up. Are you using the BetterPress place with the Glimmer? Yes, ma'am. And how about that? And we have the reverse foil so that if we have a solid plate, which I do, I can make another card using the reverse. Okay? So, back to these again. This one I did before. This is before stream. This is the first one we did with the Simon Hurley ink. This one was with the, yeah, I know, Mary, right? This one is with the Interference ink from Lisa Horton on white. Then we did it on black. And this is another one. I think I was using the same ink on this one. And this one I also did it also used the shimmer gold. This one. I mean, this might be the pumpkin spice shimmer. I'm not sure. But anyway, I think they're both gorgeous. I do have to remove all the tape from the back, so I'm not stacking. I'm trying to be careful when I'm stacking them. And then this one, we've got that foil look. Okay. Okay, so Bethany says, so basically I don't need the BetterPress system to use my BetterPress plates. You are correct. The BetterPress system makes it super, super easy to get a perfect stamping and impression every time. So it really depends on what you want to do with it. If you want to just do foil, you're covered. Okay, so you don't have to. I would say use what you have, and then over time, you may decide you want to get the BetterPress system. I love my BetterPress system. I love the way that it feels. The texture is just fabulous. Hello, Miss Linda Gorman. The texture is fabulous on thicker cardstock, but you can use it without that. You can use it without the thicker cardstock. You can use it with lots of different inks. It's very versatile. You can do a lot of different things with it. So taking some of that, stick them off the back so it doesn't bother me. Next. Let me look at my list and see what we've done and what we haven't done yet. Because it's already 10 till 6 and I want to get more things done and actually put one together into a card tonight. That is the plan. Okay. Okay, I didn't do multi-inking, but you can do that. Well, I kind of sort of did. I guess you would call one of these being multi-inking. It's where you can send it through the system more than one time, have a different color on each plate, or you could ink the plate up with more than one color. You can do that. So that was one way of doing it. I haven't tried that one yet. I haven't tried that one yet. I think you guys are more interested at this point, I think, of seeing ways you can use it without having to have the BetterPress system. Am I right on that? Do we want to see some more ways to use it with the BetterPress system or outside of having the BetterPress system? So you've got the plates, but you don't have a BetterPress system yet. Okay, so Jim is asking, where's the Todd tonight? The Todd is out riding his bicycle because it's nice weather out. It's not dark yet. And I'm hoping that the weather, when is the time change? Do you guys know? So next, I think I'm going to show some of the other panels that I did. So without, Diane says without. So you got the BetterPress plates, but you don't have a BetterPress system yet because you haven't decided if you want to invest in it or not. I mean, I already showed it is fabulous. It works great. But here is where I used it and did some dry embossing with my die cutting machine. It's pouring in Texas, and Mary says it's a rabbit hole. So this first one, actually, let me see. Did I do one? Did I do one without ink using the BetterPress? Now that's cool too. I got to show that one later. I'm not going to do it yet. I'm trying to remember what all I did. Not soon enough. Bring on spring. Well, I'm in Florida, so we already had our week and a half to 2 weeks of winter, and it is now spring. Okay, these I think were all, yeah, I don't think any of these were done with the none of these were done with the BetterPress system. So first off, we've got a dry emboss. If you have a die cutting machine, you probably have everything you need to do something like this. Okay, so Bethany, get out one of your BetterPress plates and get out your die cutting machine, okay? So here's what we're going to need to do this. Regular platform. So for the universal plate system, it's both the regular platform and the platform top. You need your embossing mat that stays in the drawer, and I never, ever, ever use it. I'm using it today, and I've used it a bunch today. I cleaned it today, too. Taking mental notes. Bethany, get out your stuff. And you're going to need your adapter plate, okay? Now, depending on what machine you've got, you may have different instructions. You may have to have a different plate. I would say the universal plate system, I don't think does, but the thing is, the plates are going to fit. If you can fit like a Glimmer system through it, I'm trying to think of how it's going to work. You may have to mess around with the shims, Jenny. Okay. So what I'm going to do is regular cardstock. You could use watercolor cardstock for more deep impression, but I'm going to do this that y'all don't see me do very often. I'm going to mist the paper. I've got my mister. I very rarely do this. I'm in Florida. Everything is humid. So my paper really doesn't crack much, but I'm going to mist it. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to mist the other side. I'm going to put this down onto the rubber mat, okay? I'm thinking I may be zoomed in too much. Let me zoom back out a little bit. Okay, that makes it a little easier for y'all to see. I think I was zoomed in because I was trying to show a close-up of something else. So I've got, this is the rubber mat, okay, rubber mat. Then, Ruth wants to know, do I missed anything but miss and get Todd's face? Not yet. That sounds like fun. Okay, now I'm going to take the plate. I'm going to just put it down onto my paper that's been misted. It's a little bit damp, not much. And then I'm going to run it through with that adapter plate. Y'all are going to love this. And I already showed you what it looks like, but now you get to see it actually happening. Got too much stuff on the floor over there too. Okay. Okay, so see that debossed impression there? Is that gorgeous or what? And then this is kind of, I like the wording that Jennifer McGuire used. She says it's almost pillow-like. So isn't that just lovely? So of course, when I was doing that, I started wondering, okay, if it works, this one was done with misting. I think this one was done without misting. They look basically the same, probably because of my humidity. So you can always mist it or not. So I've got several of those. And these would be really good for like a tone-on-tone background, just to give it a little texture, kind of like what we do with our embossing folders. So this works as a BetterPress stamp. It works as a Glimmer plate to get a hot foil stamping. It works as an embossing folder. Okay, so of course I had to try it with ink, and so this one is that same dry emboss. This one I did not mist. You can see it's not quite as deep, but I inked it before doing it and did it without the BetterPress system. Now it did wind up with some of the excess ink coming down because I got it on a lot more of this. So you want me to do this one next? Because this is something that you could basically use it as... Yeah. And I'm thinking you could also fussy cut them out and use them in different ways. And yeah, basically use it kind of like you would a pattern paper. So let's do that. I need, what color ink do I want to do? I've already done Crown Me, and I've been doing blue on a lot of things. Let's do, I think I want to do Slippery When Wet. I haven't used this on one of these in a bit. So that's what I'm going to do this time. Now, you do have to be more careful when you're placing it down, because on the BetterPress, one reason why it works so easy and one reason why it is mostly foolproof is that you ink up the plate, you position the cardstock on the platen, you put them on the magnets, and the ink doesn't touch until you're ready for it to. Doing this, it's just like putting an inked stamp down onto your cardstock. Once you put it down, it's committed. You're committed to where the placement is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, bring this guy back up so I'm ready to go. And we're going to ink up our plate. So again, let me take this part off. I've got my regular platform. I've got my embossing mat, got my cardstock. And now this one's going to be yellow. So this one is Slippery When Wet. Covering all of those raised edges. Why don't I do that? I've got that one on there. I'm going to bring in some orange also, I think. Let's bring in some roar on the side over here. Just like you would if you were doing something with a stamp. And then I'm going to put some later gator on the other side because both of those mix well with yellow. That's the only reason I'm picking those. Trying not to get ink all over everything. I'm hoping you guys can still see everything fine. So now we've got some green over there. And I'm going to bring out one of my little brushes. I'll do the green and the orange and just kind of tap it along in the areas there to kind of take care of that harsh line. And now I'm going to take this. I did not miss the paper, okay? And very carefully, standing up this time, very carefully just placing it down onto my paper. Now once it touches, I'm committed. I can't move it or it's going to smear everything. Okay, so that's one reason for me the BetterPress works better. Okay, this is a really cool way to do it if you don't have the machine, but you do have to be much more careful. Okay, so now I'm going to just run it through. Ryan, he says, I'm committed, right? And Bethany says, so you ink the plates. Yes, you put your ink on the plates and that is how you transfer it. Okay. And again, I had not tried doing it with the embossing mat until today. Okay, I don't want to accidentally move anything. Where did I put that other magnet? Here's my regular one. It was lost. Okay, so if I tilt it in the light, you probably can see the impression. Yeah, I can see it. Isn't that lovely? And because I dropped it a little over the edge, I've got part of it that didn't go. That's okay. I could trim it off on the other side. I also got a little bit of ink on here, and that's fine. You just clean it just like you would any other silicone mat. This is Simon Hurley, so I'm just using some water. That cleans right up. But yeah, so that turned out fabulous. You were wondering how I was going to lift that. Anytime it's a bigger plate and it's metal, I learned this from doing a lot with the Glimmer, that gets hot. I always use a magnet. Now this is just, I keep this also to clean up dies when I drop them on the floor, but I got this at the Dollar Tree. And I accidentally picked up my key. I didn't want to do that. Okay, let's put that there and hopefully I won't lose anything. Let's see, what else did I have on here that I haven't done yet? We did the foiling. We did the deep impression. Hey, Kay, everybody needs a big stick. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you did. So yeah, I gave Ruth a couple of the magnets when she got one of my D-stash boxes recently. So she has those now too. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's a couple more. And then I'm gonna, well, yeah, there's actually a few more. Okay. So that's one with ink, and that is also where I combined it with the multiple colors on the plate because I hadn't done that one yet. Okay, and then we've got, these are the other ones that I already showed y'all. Did I show all of these? I don't think I did. Okay, so this is the one we just did, and this is where I did it earlier with another one of the Simon Hurley inks. And if you decide you don't like the color, and they're on my face. The Among Us guys are on my face. Hubby interrupted. What's good for ECR? Oh, what's good for ECR? I have to scroll back up. Beautiful good for ECR was what Mary said. I think it was when I was doing this one. I'm not sure. But yeah, I used 3 Simon Hurley inks and did it with an embossing mat. So I don't know if you saw that one or not. And I hear someone coming in through the door now. So the Todd is home. I just wanted them twerking on Debbie's face. Good grief. Yes, that one with the green. So Mary is thinking that you would like this one. Yeah. So we've got that. We've got that. We've got that. We've got that. I told you. This is the one that, this is the only one I did before this morning. And of course the foil. The foil is gorgeous. Okay. And then we have these other ones that are also the very subtle background where it is just the basically using this as an embossing folder. Okay, so I did all of those. And then this is another one with some orange ink, same deal, where I did the press plate. And this was done using this mat instead of the BetterPress system. This one, we're going to have to do this one. Do I want to do it with one of these panels? I don't know. Let me look. I'd have to do it with one of the ones that we just, I could do it with that one. Y'all will have to tell me if I want to sacrifice this gorgeousness for the blackout technique. Same as, I had to try it. The same as the embossing. Yes, you're impressed, Ryan. But just, hey, Cordelia. So Elizabeth gave us a green heart and star eyes. So blackout technique on that one, Miss Elizabeth. Do I have your okay? Now I have done it with the dark blue from Simon Hurley. I've done them with black. I need to know what color you guys want to do with that. Idelight says, hi, Todd. Bethany says hi. Oh, I'm sorry. Idelight said meow, Todd. Bethany says hi, Cordelia. Oh, they're not saying hello to you. Okay.
See how I rank.
Did y'all hear him? Ruth says meow to the Todd. Everybody's saying hello to everybody because some more folks are popping in. So we're going to do the blackout technique on this one. Do I want to do with the blackout with dark green? Do I have a dark green? Oh, I think I do. I think I've got a Catherine Pooler.
Meow, 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 Todd.
God. Meow, 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 Todd. So looking in my Catherine Pooler stash. Oh, I forgot. I've got Midnight in here too. I have not used it but a couple of times, but I do have Deck the Halls, and I think it's still juicy enough to do this with. So first off, you've probably done this, or if you've seen the blackouts, hey Sue, welcome in, honey. Catherine Metallics, that would be really cool too. Here's the thing. With a 3D embossing folder, all of the impressions are gonna be deeper. This is pretty deep, but not that deep. This isn't like an embossing folder. It's going to be a little shallower. So I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful. However, I did do one earlier.
Meow, 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 meow.
This is the one I did earlier with blackout technique using the Simon Hurley Midnight Snack. So gorgeous. Love this. So we're going to do it this time with some green. And I'm hoping I don't screw it up. But if I do, it's just paper. This is experimentation, right? And I've got stuff all over the place there. Let me clean up a little bit first. Yeah, so pretty. And we're not done yet. Okay, so I get a lot of ink down, so cleaning that up. And I've got ink on my fingers. I just have to be careful not to get it on my shirt. Okay. Okay, now you'll probably see there's some little ridges and stuff. That's because of the shape of the plate. So the metal plate, even the part that doesn't get ink, still press down into the paper. So this is just the way I do it. I am careful when I first start, and then I start kind of going crazy and putting more and more and more ink down. And I'm going to try not to get any more ink on my fingers. Oh gosh, she apparently, Mary clipped something. Which I still need to go back and make some shorts and TikToks and stuff from the things that were clipped last week. Yeah, thank you so much. I do appreciate it when y'all clip things. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm getting quite a bit of ink down on my desk here. So, what do you think, Miss Elizabeth? Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and do some cleanup on it since I've got that ink down. It'll give me a greenish panel, maybe. A watercolory greenish panel. Okay, so I'm just going to use that much. Actually, there's some more still there. Let me grab out my little dryer here. So Ryan's going to lurk. Mary says something about just came back. I just got a bunch of Simon Hurley inks. Can't wait to try them now. Absolutely. And this green here isn't a Simon Hurley, it's a Catherine Pooler, but the thing is they both kind of work the same way. Catherine Poolers are on a foam pad, where Simon's are on a felt pad. So application is a little bit different too. But they're all water reactive, so it's kind of like if you're used to Tim Holtz. His are a bit more of a grungy look for a lot of the things, but they react basically the same way. Anita is multitasking, making card bases about, while I learn learn about BetterPress, enjoying all the pretties. Thank you so much, Miss Anita. Okay. So now I've got a watercolory green background. Hey, Miss Kim in Alaska. Hello, honey. Okay, so now we've got a second blackout technique. Again, didn't use the BetterPress, but you know what? If you've got the BetterPress and you want to go with it that way, you could do this using one of your BetterPress panels. Okay, so next, since that worked so well, I had to see, will it do it on vellum? This is doing the dry embossing on vellum. I decided I was going to ink it up and then decided, why don't I do a little bit of both so we can see. So this one, you can see those impressions And it's white because it's vellum, and this is a plastic, so it kind of crinkled it, right? But you can do it with the ink. And then when you turn it over, you've got a different look that's got that little bit of a soft color in the background. I think this is gorgeous. So yes, you can do it on vellum. And then one thing I was not expecting when I was watching her video was, did you know you can run it through your BetterPress system with embossing ink and then heat emboss? This is using some Gold Sparkle Wow embossing powder after I ran it through the BetterPress system with the ink. Now, the reason that it's splotchy in areas is because I didn't get good enough coverage on my embossing ink. But yeah, you can do this. Yeah. I didn't even realize it. I did not try doing the embossing ink. I'm going to have to try that now. I don't know that I want a deep impression, but we're going to go ahead and go with it. We're going to see. So, do I want to go on black cardstock or white cardstock? I think we could do black cardstock again. And I think I'm going to use some silver instead for my, yeah, I think I'm going to use silver for the embossing powder. This is actually, that one was regular weight. This one is a heavy weight. I clipped the meowing Todd edge for you and put it in the Discord. Thank you, Ruth. Okay, so we're going to use that. And I think this time, instead of using my embossing ink, because you guys know me, I have trouble sometimes knowing where I actually added the ink because it's clear. I don't know if you guys have that problem or not. But if you're going to be adding embossing powder over it anyway, white works just as fine. Because you can use white, you'll be able to see it and sprinkle your embossing powder over and you know that it's there. However, this one's probably almost empty. And once I run it through once, it's not like I can really go back over. Well, I could probably go back over it. I'm going to go ahead and do it with the white. I haven't done it with the white yet. But this is also going to show a couple of different looks because I did see another one where she did, it kind of looks really cool when you stamp with white compared to the other colors. So we're going to do it with this one. And since I am getting ink on the mat, I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit and clean the mat real quick because I can see where that ink is so that hopefully it doesn't transfer onto my cardstock. There we go. Yeah, we're going to go that way. This is what we're going to do. Yeah. I know, y'all are waiting to see what in the world is she doing now. Hey, Sis, you decided to pop in over here too, huh? Okay, so I'm going to put my paper down. It's just like what I did before where I put the, actually, I need to do it that way. Dang it. And I'm not going to mist it this time, mostly because I don't want to blur any of the ink. So we've got our platform, we've got the embossing mat, we've got our cardstock, and then we've got the plate, and then we have to be very careful and put it down. And don't move it. And then we've got the adapter plate. And again, you just follow the instructions that are with your die cutting machine for doing embossing with dies, okay? Okay. And then take your handy dandy magnet to lift the thing off. Okay, so that is pretty. Now, it is like what I was saying before, about with this kind of plate, it goes around the edges, but I still think that that is lovely. Which also means if I used embossing ink, it would still have, that's where other places that the embossing powder is going to stick. Just saying. So I'm going to go over this, I think, with some silver. I have too much stuff on the floor again. which means it'll work better. This technique would work better and you'd get cleaner, sharper results if you did it through the BetterPress system. Just saying. Because then you wouldn't get all that extra. I think I'm going to do the silver glitter. This one is Metallic Silver Sparkle from Wow. And you can tell up here at the top, I did not get as much ink. So that's why it did not stick there. I'm going to try again and just see if I can get some to stick. I don't think there's any ink there for it to stick to. Yeah, there's no ink there for it to stick to, so that's the reason. Everywhere you see that it's sticking, though, we're going to have that glittery sparkle. So you're going to want to heat this from underneath so you don't blow all the glitter off. Although, I've got glitter sparkles on my hand. Quote at love that. You said, Debbie, I have too much on the floor again. Everyone thinking, me too. Thank you. Okay, you see that change? You see that? Okay. Hey Terry, how you doing, hun? We are playing with the BetterPress system for anybody else who has just popped in. I know Terry Cooper just did, but we are playing with the BetterPress system and using the BetterPress plates in other ways instead of just in the BetterPress system. So this time we're doing some heat embossing with it with my new BetterPress plate from the BetterPress of the month. By the way, there are links to pretty much everything many things that I'm using are down below. Links to all of the things in the clubs for the month are down there. Plus, we've got some regular links that are to my favorite companies if I don't have the product that you're thinking of there. Like the Wow embossing powder. I know you can find it at scrapbook.com. And I'm pretty sure I have a link to Amazon, so if you can't find it at one of the fun stores that I love, you may be able to find it on Amazon. Oh my goodness. I love this. Okay. This also makes me think of that, vintage armor. It almost makes me think of armor. Look at that. So it's got the detail and stuff, but then it's got the silver in the middle too. And this is gorgeous. I love this. Mary says, that can come with my purple foil also, please and thank you. But isn't that absolutely lovely? Love this. Which means this is a great way to use the other embossing powders that you've got in your stash that you don't use very often. I mean, I've had these little containers probably 4 or 5 years because I don't do a lot of embossing. I just, you wind up getting in a groove with some of the things that you love to play with, and you work with those. What are these paths you speak of? Ruth, that's why oh, yeah. I have to scroll back up and see what Kim was saying, but she says, Ruth, that is why you leave paths. But yeah, I'm going back up to see the conversation. Kim, yes, that is on purpose. Who cares about walking and not tripping on the floor? So I think that was, Kim had said, I thought the floor was for filling things. Well, the problem is, this is my YouTube studio and my crafty space and my accounting office and my video editing studio. It's all the things, and it's Todd's workspace. So that means I can't leave stuff all over the floor. And I will You guys may not remember it. It's probably been at least a year or so, but there was one time that I had a plate because I'd had lunch and I just put it down. Yeah, I had a plate that I got up and I stepped on the plate and it shattered. It was one of those Corel. So yeah, those, it takes a bunch to make them break, but when they do, they shatter. But yeah, so you guys like the silver, huh? Okay. Bethany says, my floor is currently die sorting and files because it's tax season. I'm only 70 filings, oh my God, in for the year and several more to go. That's because one of Bethany's multiple jobs is she does taxes for people. I only do mine. They are skinny paths, yeah. Well, Bethany, I also have most of my Spellbinders things in bins over to the side because I am trying to do sorting, and then I'm going to go through each category and decide what am I going to keep and what am I posting on the website for destash cheap. So I haven't finished that yet. I've gotten as far as pulling all of the backgrounds and all of the sentiments out. But now I have to figure out what categories to all these things. Because I've got a lot of florals. I've got some things that are not really in any other category. But anyway, this I think it turned out super pretty. Okay, and the one that I did earlier was this one in gold. Yeah. Okay, so what else now I still haven't gotten to the idea that I had when I woke up this morning. The idea that I had when I woke up this morning was stamping foam, and because I want you to see how to do it, I'm going to reset it. So you use your heated tool. The heated tool has, there is a difference between your heated tool and your embossing gun, and the cord is stuck. The embossing gun has got high heat and air flow coming out, okay? So it blows harder. This also has heat, but it's more generalized and softer, okay? So that means it's not going to melt things quite as fast. Ruth says, Debbie, are you aware enough to have ideas in the morning? I want that foam so bad. And it's not that expensive. It really isn't. Ranger's got it. Go to the Ranger website. They've got different sizes. These little guys, I think, come in a 4-pack. And on the back of it, you might be able to see the texture. This is some... That's a paper towel texture. I still have saved on one of mine the walls from Austin, because the walls in the house at Austin are all stone that were dug up by my mother-in-law's dad out of the yard when he was building the house. The whole thing is basically hand built. But yeah, it's got all of that. So all you do is you heat it up, and then you find the thing that you wanted to use to press it because it disappeared again. Where'd I put it? Okay. It's still on, yeah, it's on the floor. So I've got my plate here. Okay. And then we're going to just press it down, and I'm flipping it over this way so that it's basically to make sure we got enough pressure. And I'm just going to use this so I can put generalized pressure over the whole thing. Simon uses a clear stamp block, a big clear stamp block for his. Okay. Oh, I think it didn't work quite. This has got more of a blurry thing, so I'm going to do it again. I think I held it away from everything too long. And so it kind of didn't take the impression as I would have liked it. Yeah, I think he also uses mint tape to hold everything down onto his acrylic block. I'm going to have to go back and see that again. I do think that the Best Ever Craft tape might be too tacky to hold this. You were surprised to see Debbie was going live at 5 this morning. What? Did I put the wrong time on it? I am so sorry if I did that. Was that on the email or was that on the actual video? Because, yeah, I don't go live at 5 a.m. I go live at 5 p.m. Gonna press that in and hold it for a minute. So I have to find out what the heck you're talking about, Cordelia, because yeah. So she said yes. So I am sorry. Did I mean to do that? It is what it is. It happens. Okay. You got a YouTube notification. That is something else that I find kind of weird, okay? On Discord, I have a notification thing go on over there whenever I put up a video. It's one of the bots. Great. However, when we go live, like yesterday's noon live, however long it takes YouTube to finish doing their processing of it, after that's done, it posts in the Discord. That's not what I want. I want it to show in the Discord when I'm going live. It works for Twitch, but that's because they're not doing additional processing before releasing it as a real video. Simon Hurley is the reason I have all the sizes of mint tape. I don't use mint tape that much because I find when I put it through the die cutting machine, it really doesn't work. Okay, now that looks better. Okay. So it took the impression from this. So this is the reverse. And first thing I did one of those this morning, and then I did a couple of panels. Mary's gonna love this. Anybody else team purple out there? This one is using Simon Hurley's Crown Me. And there was still a little bit of pink on there from, I think I had transferred it over from the plate at one point because, of course, I had used some redder colors. But anyway, so there's the first one. That didn't use up all the ink that was on the stamping foam. So I sprayed it with water again and got this one. Dawn says me. Yeah, these are gorgeous. I love how they turned out. So we're going to do another one. Okay, what color are we doing it now? Because I got two purple. What color are we going to do now? Mary says very pretty. Lisa is saying team blue. I've done a lot of blue, but I haven't done a lot of stuff with, ooh, I could do that. I'm going to try this. I have no idea how it'll turn out. Somebody said silver, and I was just grabbing out these. Somebody said pink. So I've got party dress. I've got champagne, gold, and silver from Catherine Pooler. I think I'm going to do more than one. We already know that. Let me grab, if I'm going to do silver, I'm going to do silver on black. And here's a black piece of cardstock. We're going to see how it does. It said white on black. I'm going to do that one first. Mostly because I know that this is going to be harder to clean off than the unicorn white from Hero Arts. And this side I can see it doesn't have as much definition, but that's okay. Okay, and we missed it. And then we stamp it down. I try to get in the middle. Everybody's wanting all the colors. And Jana says team pink. There we go. That looks really cool. It does look kind of grayish, but that is kind of cool. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and go with silver right over the top of the white. I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh, and I am scrubbing it on there. Now I can see, you see the parts that are shiny? Those are the parts that I think have got good enough coverage of the ink. So I'm going to keep on going with it until I get the whole thing pretty much covered like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me grab another piece of black. And I'm going to just use this. It's basically an acrylic block. I'm going to press that down and hold it. Yeah, these are really, really neat. Absolutely. I love that Simon came back out with these. From what I understand, it was something that was in the industry a while back, but it kind of fell off of everybody's radar. So he basically had, I think they just kind of did a redo of it, and these things work wonderfully. They've got regular rectangles like this one. They've got bigger ones. They've got them with shapes cut out of the center. I've got a couple of them that are hearts. I think I have a circle one, but I'm not 100% sure. But I've got a lot of the regular rectangles because I got extras because I have a bad habit of not removing the design. Okay, so apparently Cordelia was asking about what we're doing. Gloria says, Cordelia, she made a stamp out of the BetterPress die using one of Simon Hurley's stamping foams. Oh my goodness. This to me kind of looks like old wallpaper. It's just grungy enough and it would make a fabulous background. And that's all silver. Oh, wow. That looks too cool. Okay. And then somebody was saying pink, so we're going to go with, I'm going just over the top of what I've already got on there, which means we're going to have combinations of colors. So I'm going to use some of the party dress. Probably needs to be re-inked, and I'm going to have to clean it because now I got silver over the top of it. I shouldn't have done this. That's okay. And I'm going to go with some, I think I'm going to go with some, let's go with a darker, I'm going to go with red. Let's go with red. The Todd is coming in without a shirt on, guys. Just warning. He just meowed at you. Oh, Ruth, by the way, clipped it when you were meowing in my ear. Oh, Mary just meowed at you. Not sold on that one, but it's okay. What's not sold? Sold at Ranger, if we're talking about the stamping foam. So, Lady Antique, what is not sold?
Not sold on me. I'm not sure that I like it.
Oh, you're not sold on that one. Okay. So this one is kind of cool too. But this one's got more of that silver in there because I didn't clean it up enough. Yeah, I can clean that. And this probably needs to be re-inked anyway. It's still kind of cool. I'm thinking some of these will be good for pattern paper and maybe combining with other things. Got to go ahead and clean this though because, yeah, it's a little messy. And I'm going to use some stamp cleaner. This is some from Artistry, and it's already eating through all of that pink and silver. That's good. Or rather, it was cleaning up mostly the pink on top. There we go. It's starting to go through the second layer of ink. Oh, you're not sold on the square stamping foam. It definitely makes some really cool designs, and you can basically turn anything into a stamp. I've used the walls from the... Yeah, that silver's not really wanting to come up, but it is slowly coming to the top. That's good. I've used the walls from the house in Texas I've used paper towel. I've used a sweater. I have not used Todd's face for this, though. He might get upset with me if I tried pressing this warm stuff onto his face. I'm talking about the stamping foam. I think in order to get this to really clean up well, I'm going to have to heat it. Norma says, I bought the circle, heart, and rectangle after you saw me use them. Yep. That was just a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so I am going to have to clean this some more, but I think it's going to clean up easier once I get it flattened back out because it won't have the grooves for the silver ink to go back in. Let's do, in honor of Miss Elizabeth, we're going to do some green. And this one is a Catherine Pooler green. This is Deck the Halls. This is the darkest green that I have. Elizabeth likes this idea. And you see, after I got most of that ink off, it's turning out fine. Looks good. Okay, so what else is on my list? Oh, that's right. It's if you don't have a BetterPress plate, a BetterPress system, but you want to get kind of the same kind of results. I almost forgot about this. We're going to do something we're going to be using a die. Let me clean this up a little bit more real quick. It looks kind of interesting. We've got the silver and the green mixing together. And the silver just keeps on rising to the top and then seeping back down into it. I will clean this better later, but yeah, I think that's going to be cool. Yes. Okay. So we're going to be using the embossing mat again and our plate here. Let's see which one oh, I used this one earlier today. It's a cover plate die. This one just does like half of the front, and I decided to do a card panel instead of doing I decided to do a card base instead of a card panel. So we're doing the same thing that we've done before. Got a pink card base here, and I'm going to take this big panel here. This is a die, okay? This is a cutting die so that you can cut out all these fun leaves, okay? But what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to line it up with the edge there just because I liked it. You can line it up whichever way you want to. I'm going to tape it in place. That is cement tape just to hold it in place. And then I'm going to run this through. Again, we're using the adapter plate just like we did before. You're going to love this. Oh my God. I was shocked. I turned that one into a card immediately because it was so pretty. I was just surprised. That's the thing. I was surprised at how good that looked and the fact that I hadn't really thought about this as a technique, okay? So it's not die cut out. Instead, look at that. It's like you used an embossing folder. And all of the little lines are debossed into it. And then we've got a little strip here to add a sentiment or something. So the one that I did earlier today, where did I put it? I don't know if it's in this stack. I don't know where I put it. Oh, that's because I put it over here. So we've got a lot of fun texture, and I just added a sentiment and some flowers that I think someone sent me in Happy Mail, and it just has been sitting in a drawer over here, and I hadn't used it, so I just added them all to the bottom, or most of them down to the bottom as an accent on that card. I think this turned out so pretty. But yeah, now we've got the same kind of thing, And we can do the same kind of thing, or it could be anything. I mean, that texture could work for anything, or you could add some kind of a big embellishment over the top. Actually, this would work good for just a sentiment over the top. It's just like what you would do with an embossing folder. So that one is one I've already done. Now I've done it twice. But that doesn't mean you have to use just these little small ones, okay? There are other ones that you can use. Now, I used this one earlier today and got that background. Now, in my opinion, it did get a little bit too much pressure, probably because this is thinner cardstock. If it was a thicker cardstock, it would have worked better. But there's a little place that looks like it tried to cut through. But this is real pretty, and all you need to add to it really is a sentiment over the front. I'm thinking cut the edges, put it onto a white card base, and you've got a Valentine's Day card. And this was from, so I think this die set is a couple of years old. Die of the month, January 2022. So that's actually a 3-year-old die. So go and get the stuff out of your stash. There was another one I pulled out. I pulled out this one. I think that one would look kind of cool. This one also doesn't really cut. It basically cuts little lines and embosses some lines and some dots so that you can do some stitching. This is actually one of the stitching dies, doing that argyle pattern. But let's see what it looks like if we do it like a dry emboss or faux letterpress. And I think I'm going to see if I've got some of my thicker cardstock over here. I don't know. Well, I can always use a card base. Do I want to do a card panel or a card base? I do like the look on going on a card base better. So I think, let's see, does that fit? Yeah, that works. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to try to position it in the center so that we've got that little bit of border that I like, right? And just a little bit of mint tape to hold it in place. And then we're going to run it through. I need to buy some embossing folders for baby cards, but have no idea where to start. To be honest, for the embossing folder, well, when it comes to embossing folders, you can get the kind, like I did when I first started with them, that are specific scene. I did some with that, and I never did use them because I couldn't figure out how. I've got one that has a couple of snowmen. It's a Derice folder. I'm going to have to bring it back out and see if it's something that I can actually use myself, or if I want to pass it along to somebody else that may get better use out of it. But it's one of the first ones that I bought. And I love embossing folders, but I had a hard time with some of them because I couldn't figure out, what are you supposed to do with it? If it's got characters on there, are you supposed to color the characters in? What are you supposed to do with it? And these days I like the ones that are basically just patterns because it adds that texture in the background. So let's see how this one did. It should not have cut through, and it did not. So you don't have a pattern paper that you like, but now we've got a nice texture in the background. And if you did it on the other side, you've also got a second type of texture too. So this one is a debossed, and this is an embossed. It looks fabulous. And now all you basically need is, you can add a focal image. You could add some ink if you want to, just to kind of highlight those areas. But yeah, if you've got dies, you can do this. You can do a letterpress kind of look. So your assignment, now your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to create something, doing something with one of these kind of products, okay? You've got something in your stash that you can make letterpress look stuff with. Now I have to figure out how to turn one into a card, because we have 15 minutes, but we still have to do the stream showcase. Has everybody got their stuff in that they want to show off this week in the stream showcase over on Discord? And I'll go ahead and pull that up in a moment. And I really just went over, I told you, I just recently went through and separated out my backgrounds. So I just went over there and pulled out some background dies to try out on here, and these are fabulous. Jenny G says, honestly, I like pattern ones because they are more versatile. Absolutely. Kelly says, no, because I forgot to take pictures. What? And Bethany, Dirty Rice is finished. could also look great on top card. Yes. So this one is a panel that you could put on top of a card base like that. This one is basically using the card base. You don't have to use as much cardstock. Hey, Kamato, how are you doing, hun? I don't know if you've been in for a while or not. Yeah, I still have to clean that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and bring out all the panels. God, I got so many. I do this. I get excited about a technique and then I go crazy and do a lot of things. I'm hoping. Did y'all learn anything? Anything tonight? If you learned something tonight, put down in the chat what your biggest takeaway was from what we were playing with today. I'd love to know. Okay, and cleaning up a little bit. Mary says, I didn't even finish up my stuff this week. Yep, that happens, Ed. That one's so pretty. Everything's so pretty. Okay, Mary says, I learned about embossing with the plates. I'm going to pop that up. And I don't understand Terry Cooper's comment, so she says that she has three. She has three what? Okay, Discord, there is a showcase. So, if you somebody pop in the link to oh, you have 3 cards, fabulous. Type into the chat how to get into the Discord for the folks that are not already members of our Discord. I'm going to go ahead and pull that one up and move it over so I can actually see. Okay, so Kamado says you can emboss with BetterPress plates. So I'm going to go back through real quick and show off. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff. Only one is a completed card, and that one I did earlier today. So that's the only completed card we have in here. The rest of these are panels that we did using either BetterPress with the BetterPress system. This is the BetterPress of the month. We either use the BetterPress of the month with the BetterPress system, or we used the embossing mat that comes with your most die cutting machines to do a faux emboss, a faux letterpress look using the BetterPress of the month. And then we also did the same kind of thing with dies, and we also used stamping foam, and we did foil. We did lots of things using BetterPress letterpress stuff. So this one is using this one you can't see that well in this lighting, but is super pretty. That blue is super pretty. This is the one that we did with the Lisa Horton ink, because that's another question I get a lot is, can you use other inks besides BetterPress ink? I didn't use BetterPress ink on anything tonight. This one is using Lisa Horton. This one is heat embossed. Absolutely lovely. That one's heat embossed. This one's heat embossed. This one is using the embossing mat and vellum, and we inked part of it. I inked part of it, didn't ink part of it. This one's just extra. This one is blackout technique. Again, we use the embossing mat to get the impression on there, to get that debossed impression, 3 different colors, and then did a blackout technique. This is what I had done earlier. This is one that is going to be basically tone on tone, that is showing that you can use the embossing mat to get that faux letterpress look using your BetterPress plates. You can also do this with your Glimmer system, just saying. I mean, your Glimmer plates, just saying. You can do this with dies, Glimmer plates, basically all your metal plates and stuff. Okay, here's another one. This one is with hot foil, which I typically, I'm almost always do it with that, but yeah. This one is the first panel that I did with the BetterPress plates. Absolutely lovely, and I didn't realize that there was a registration guide in there, so mine is a little bit off, but it still turned out fabulous. This one is using Simon Hurley Crown Me. This one is using another one of the Lisa Horton inks. Let me grab it out. So on white cardstock, it's this chestnut brown. That's this one. And this is the same ink, but on black. Okay, I'm trying to get it in the light right so you can see it. So it looks fabulous, okay? This one, I had done this one previously. This one has also got this ink. So it's got that gold. That's what the gold is from this blue ink pad. Okay, this one is dry embossed with ink on there. This one's another one, same thing, using a different color of ink. Yeah, the blackout turned awesome. This is one that I just did. This is like this is the last one that I did. This is using a cover plate die. This is a cover plate die that I've had in my stash for about, what, 3 years? It was from 2022. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. And putting these down at the bottom, and we'll go through them last. Here's another one using a die from a couple of years ago for a faux letterpress, and this one is another one. The cover plate die looks like quilted on the card. Yes, they do. They definitely do. So pretty. So this one is done on the card base. This one was done on a card panel that's a little thinner, and this is another one done on a card base, and this is that stitched argyle that you could use just by itself instead of having to do the stitching. And then we did some things with the Simon Hurley stamping foam. So the first one that I did this morning when I got up, we did this. And then the leftover with this. And then we were playing with some other colors. So we did, this is with some white ink. And then we did some silver ink. I think this one looks gothic to me. I think that is so pretty. And then I tried to do some pink ink, but I didn't take the silver off, so it kind of turned silvery on the red, and cleaned that all off, and then we did some green. So yeah, a ton of panels, all using that one idea, that one design, and most of these probably only need a big sentiment on there, or you can cut them and all the things. I think most of these only need a big sentiment to make some great cards. Only thing is I don't have any cards to, well, I could give away this one. I didn't actually make it tonight on the stream, but I could give away that one because I haven't made any others, and we got like less than 10 minutes. Is Dawn in the house, and is she going live, or does Bethany want to do another live tonight? I do know that I want to eat. We're going to try to eat on time. I have a tendency to be still sitting here cleaning up or something when it's time to eat. Okay, so we've got our stream showcase. Let me take a look. I don't even know what day. Okay, the last one I think we looked at were Elizabeth's. I don't remember looking at all of those, but maybe we did. Yeah, because she was excited because she lands to number 5 on her Discord. Okay, so the first person I've got in here is Miss Terry. So we are going to look at our stream showcase. And I didn't hit another button. There we go. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at, these up here were ones we looked at last week with Elizabeth. These are ones from Terry. Now, Terry is brand new to card making, and I am so excited. Somebody said something about Bethany. Oh, Bethany left for a meeting. Oh, I like Kelly's idea. You could give away one panel and see what the winner makes with it. So should we do a challenge, a giveaway challenge this week? Could do that. Could definitely do that. So this first card here, let me take that down. Kelly says challenge. I'm going to put a poll up on YouTube side. Just got to find the place to do. Oh, actually, I'm going to do a poll in the regular thing because we can do that across platforms. I forgot about that because I haven't done one in a little bit. There's our poll. Let me see if it pops up where I can see it. Okay, so let me type up a poll for a minute while you are looking at the pretty birds in the bird cage that Miss Terry Cooper made. Okay, so I'm just going to ask, should we do a challenge giveaway? Say yes, or we can say no. And this is only going to YouTube and Twitch. It does not go over to TikTok for any folks that are over there hanging out. And I'm going to give you 90 seconds, a minute and a half for you to answer that poll. And the way that it works again is you type into the chat !vote space and 1 or 2. Okay. You don't say yes. You don't say no. You have to do !vote space and then the number 1 or the number 2 in order to vote. Okay, so this one is 2 hearts beat as 1. That is super cute. That is probably Valentine's Day. This is what, like I said, Terry Cooper is learning fast. This is one of her first cards. She's been making, how long have you been making cards with us, Terry? I know it's been at least a few weeks, so you are doing awesome. I am so proud of you. Okay, and then this one is Lucky Ducky, and she's got some, I think those are probably stickers that have got the little cauldrons with the gold in there and stuff. Welcome in, Karen. Thank you so much. It's been I think it's been 3 weeks is what Kelly says. Kelly thinks it's been only like 3 weeks that Terry's been making cards with us. Like I said, I am so proud of you. You are learning so much. Okay, and then we've got this one, and these I think are stickers too. They kind of look like Dollar Tree stickers because I've gotten some like that before, but that is super cute. And then Easter time in the center. I'm loving it. Okay, and then next we've got Ms. Ruth. So this one kind of looks to me like it may have been inspired a little bit by what Elizabeth did last week. It's similar but not. So it looks like she's got some, these panels look like they might have some embossing or foiling on them. And then she's got them cut into 4 pieces. That is really cool. Happy 65th birthday, son. That is lovely. Yeah, I think she's only been making cards for like 3 weeks, Cordelia. Here's another view. That looks kind of like embossed. Is that embossed? And Cordelia is telling Terry that you're doing great. Yes, she is. Like I said, I am very proud of her. And here's another one, and that it looks like that could be, I'm thinking it might be paste. That kind of looks like paste, but lots of glittery. I don't know how you did that one. That is fabulous. But it definitely looks like a glitter paste. It's got like chunky glitter. A lot of them don't have chunky glitter in them, you know? And then another one, so she used another strip of that same paper. Yeah, these are fabulous. Did Ruth fall asleep because she's not saying anything? And then another one here. Yeah, to me, this is all looking like it's got to be paste with a chunky glitter, but I don't ever see that. And it's done over some patterned paper, probably some paper she didn't like too much or something. But that is really cool looking. I'm loving it. And then with a pretty dove over the top. Could be fairy paste from Lawn Fawn. Now I have to look that up. I have to. You called it fairy paste. Well, there's something called fairy dust. And that's not a good picture because it was from... Oh, you mean like this clear paste with, and then she added glitter to it? That would be cool. Okay, these pastes here are ones that Ruth used. I want to know what she used too. These are gorgeous. Ruth did a fabulous job on these. And then that one looks like heat embossing over a piece of pattern paper that has a grid. That's kind of cool. And then she cut it into 3 strips. Okay, this is the first one. So the cards that were Terry Cooper, these are the ones that Terry Cooper did. So like I said, I am very proud of her for those. And I have to admit, I think my first card that I ever made was an Easter card. Okay, so this one, ooh, I like that rose. So that's one of those die cuts that you roll it up and make that dimensional rose. And then, of course, this is a die cut, cutting die to do all those hearts. Those hearts are pretty. Okay. Granddaughter's card, finger works amazing. Okay, Blinger works amazing. So this was the front of the card. And then on the inside, you can see the flinger, like what we did last week. So what what Sharon was saying is that it worked fabulously when she did that from our thing. Yeah, found its extra chunky snow fairy crafter's companion paste. Ooh, that's cool. So Terry Cooper, you were asking about Crafter's Companion as a company. That paste is from Crafter's Companion too. So she was saying that the thing flung across all the confetti went across the table, and that this is her granddaughter who made it. So the granddaughter's going to be giving it to the granddaughter's mom, and it's going to all be Sharon's fault. Okay, and she made the rose herself as well. Okay, next we have Miss Idolide. And I like the spanner cards. I really need to make some of those. I haven't done that. But this is a really neat idea, having the little stockings hanging from the spanner card. That is super cute. And this looks like it's ephemera. So this is another good way to use your ephemera. This one is a congratulations, a wedding card. That is so pretty. And this one I think is a Z-fold. Looks like a Z-fold. Okay, and then this one is Anne Marit. Oh, I love that. Those cats. Love your catitude. I love that. That is too cool. So it's got a nice splatter background, and then she did some easy coloring of the kitties that are climbing a pile of presents. And then this one, hip, hip, hooray. Again, she did a nice splatter background, and it looks like she's got either a die cut or embossing on here. Kitty. Yeah, everybody is doing a wonderful job. I like I said, I want you guys to post more and more stuff. Next, we've got Linda Gorman, who just got hers up like 5 minutes ago. Those are so pretty. Look at those Valentines. I might have this die. I'm not sure. I don't know if this one was a stencil or if it was a die that you turned into a stencil, but it's gorgeous. And this one just gave me an idea for another one. I've got a pie box die from Spellbinders from back when they came out with those pie dies that are cool. That would be cool as a shaker. And the square just reminded me of that. I think that would be really cool. Those are lovely. And Linda says it is a stencil. So this one is a stencil down here. And you can kind of tell that it's a stenciled because of the way the color pools in different areas. I love that texture. Okay, and then we've got these super mini slim lines. So these are the little bitty ones I've got. And these are using Betty Penny's papers. I recognize Betty Penny's papers. Those are so pretty. Love all the roses. Lovely. So that's everyone. We've got some welcomes. So Sharon, she just joined us. So I'm going to wait and say hi. So I would love for you guys that when you go in there, say hello to everybody. If you want to tell us anything about yourself and what you like to create with, go ahead and post that. There is let's see, under community, there's some clippets. Oh God. So this is kind of where, yeah, things are getting clipped. That is funny. Oh, and this is where I actually showed where you can find the clip buttons on different types of videos. So whether it's YouTube or Twitch, I've got a little thing on there with just screenshots to show you where you can go. Tangier replays, if you want to hear what one of the text-to-speech things like Samuel L. Jackson said, they are right here for you to listen to. But under community, there is a part, isn't it done this one? Where did I put it? Did I move it somewhere else? Maybe I put it under start here. I thought there was a chatty chat thing. So this chat room is for students only, so I'll look at that after stream. So we've got announcements that show when my next video and stuff is up. So it's got these up there. You notice it does not say anything about
Meow,
YouTube.
meow, meow, meow,
Oh,
meow,
God.
meow, 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 the Todd.
Okay, as an example, thank you, Terry Cooper. If we go down to Tangier Replays, it's going to have that one. It's going to be added on here. It hasn't been added as yet. The last one that's on here is the one that... Oh, that one. No, this is from Tangia only. That one you did was not a text-to-speech from Tangia. The ones that show up in here are the Tangier replays. But there's also voice channels that where we can kind of hang out on video or not on video or just talk. Those are cool. But general chat is under community. Here we go. So you guys can come in here and talk about whatever. Like Ronan noticed that I was messing around with the Polaroid picture that is still not working for YouTube. And so he says, I see a Debbers, because he saw that I was on here. So you guys can post in there. You guys can go in there and hang out as much as you want to. It's just what it is. It's a thing. Anywho, we're going to see what the poll said, because I haven't checked it yet. And there's my face. And looking at this, it says, should we do a poll? Then give it, well, okay, one person said no to doing the challenge giveaway. Everybody else said, yes, let's do that. And I will let you guys pick which panel I send off to you, okay? So let's go ahead and get this part done. Get her done. Giveaway. I need to push the correct button for the giveaway. And I really do love this idea, by the way. I really do. So if you want to be in on the giveaway, go ahead and type into the chat !join, and you will be entered into the giveaway to get one of the panels. I might send more than one, but you will need to post a picture of what you do with it. And I'm just spreading them all out so you guys can see all the things. I mean, I should probably count these. Goodness, lots and lots and lots of panels. I bet if Elizabeth wins, she's going to want this one. And of course, I have a feeling that Mary says just send me my purple and silver ones. Ha, yeah. Did you enter, Mary? You need to, and yes, you did. Okay. So we have 15 people in the drawing so far. Anybody else want to get in on the giveaway? Mary, are you saying that you'll pay me, honey? I don't know what that symbol's supposed to mean. What are you doing? Oh, Mary's Cordelia says it's getting cold again there, and she says, I'm just playing. Love you, Mary. You are too funny. Okay, so it looks like everybody has entered that wants to enter. Anybody else lurking out there that hasn't decided to enter yet? You just wanted to convert things. Okay, I don't know what the image was that Terry Cooper tried to do, but it didn't work. Oh, and Kelly, I think you said something in the chat last week. I went back and I looked. Something about... Oh, Idolide. Yes, I think we did. We showed Idolide's cards, right? I'm going to go back in there and see what's in there. I think Cordelia, did you just post some more things? That means I need to go back in there. I'm looking for Idolides. Yes, I love those. So we're going to go back in there real quick. And I'm going to try to keep the things on the screen. So we had these guys that are super, super cute. And I was saying that I love the spanner card and I really need to do more of those. I have to take this thing down. I think if I do that, okay, there we go. It did take down the horizontal chat, but we can at least see the card now. So we have this cute little Christmas card. Okay, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that because it would sound really bad in English, but I know it's German. I will ask my husband later what it means. Oh, you posted them again because you posted in the wrong place. Thank you, Cordelia. We've got that one, and then we've got this wedding card. Congratulations. That looks like it's a Z fold. So I think these are both super adorable. Thank you so much, Idolide. And then coming down to the bottom, we've got Miss Cordelia, which has been going crazy with Kendra's card challenge. Look at that. Tons of Valentine's Day cards. So all of these are using only a few paper. I think it does look like it's only two pieces of patterned paper, front and back. So these are Kendra's card challenge. So gorgeous. Love your cards. Look at the kitties. Love the kitties. Okay, and then we've got another one using Bitty Penny's papers. Again, yes. This is a column card. The note says just for you. Okay, so somebody did the kitty, but you know what, Mary? The kitty can't be seen because I don't have the visual effects on so that we can actually see these things. Sorry about that. And then we have, this one is a bookbinding card. And it looks like this one is probably a watercolor pattern paper. So pretty. So Mary noticed it last up. That's this month's sheet load with BP's designs. Fabulous. So yeah, a lot of pretty cards. I do like this pattern paper from Bitty Penny. Yeah. She's got some really cool designs. Okay, now we can go back to the regular page. Okay. I don't know what it did. Okay, all it did was replay the video. Good. Okay, that's fine. So we have got 17 people in the drawing. So if anybody else has not, what did I do? Kelly, what are you talking about? What did Kelly do? Hey, Ryan, I don't know if you want to get in on this. And hey, Link, welcome in. Because here's the thing, Ryan, if you win, what you have to do is you have to make a card out of whatever one you get. That's the challenge. And post pictures. We're doing a challenge, a panel challenge giveaway this week. I have to find a different name for that. So if you have any ideas of what we should, you'll do it. If you have any ideas of what we should call this, let me know. Post that, and that includes you guys in the replay. Post down in the comments what you think, and I'm going to have to find a way that we can do something like that for folks that are in the replay too. You'd make a card in your new place. Fabulous. So I know that he's been packing and stuff, so that's cool. Okay, we're going to go ahead and draw, and you guys are going to have to pick which panel you want. There's a lot to choose from. So we get back to the right page. Okay, we're going to draw. Who's it going to be? This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see what you make. Anne Marit. Okay, Miss Anne, so you get to pick from the panels and decide what you want to create with. And then you will be posting pictures and stuff once you get that and make everything. You're going to Titusville. Okay. So Ryan is moving to Titusville. Miss Emmerich, do you know which panel or which kind of panel? And then I can start sorting through these to let you know which one we can send you. And Mary is still begging for the purple and silver panels. Okay. Everybody is congratulating Anne. Country Guy, Mr. Ryan, is saying hello to Miss Terry. Not begging, just reminding. Everybody is congratulating. I know you can't see every panel. Do you have an idea of what kind of panel? So we've got, these are the ones that are using a die. Okay. Yeah. We've got the ones that are using the stamping foam. We've got 2 that are heat embossed. We've got a couple of them that are blackout. Here's the blackout. Blue on blue. So this one, you want the blackout panel that kind of looks, to me, this looks like denim. Ryan says he's moving closer to a Michaels. I know where your mind is. Yes. Okay, so yes, she wants this one. So that one is going to be going out to Miss Ann. So Ann, down in the description, and I'm going to post it here too, but down in the description is a form. You just need to fill out that form so I know where to mail it to. Okay, guys, we are going to call it. It is 7:15, and I can't believe how many panels we got done. This was kind of crazy. And yeah, I think what I probably am going to be doing soon, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get it done, but let's just let you guys know. I will do some kind of classes, mini course, something going over a bunch of stuff with the BetterPress and do maybe a more in-depth, slower working of different things that you can do with it, because I don't think I realized I could do this many things. And I actually got through all of the ones that I had put on my list for today, I think. There may be some things that I didn't do a specific one for, but it's where I kind of combined with something else. So yeah, it's a lot of panels, and this one is going to go to Anne Marie. By the way, Debbie, I prepped some stuff for you, ECR, and my May the 4th be with you. Fabulous. So on May the 4th, we're going to be doing a live stream with Mary's Crafty Creation and Elizabeth Costa Rogers. So that is going to be fun. It's going to be kind of a collab thing. And my goal is to have it so it streams to all 3 people's YouTube channels. So I'm in charge of the tech. So I will be testing things and trying things out over the next couple of months to see if I can get that all in place. So anyway, I hope you guys had a great time. That's my main goal, is make sure that you guys have a lot of fun. I hope you learned something, and I really hope that you try out one or more of the different techniques that we looked at tonight and share the pictures on my Facebook groups, Crafting with Debbie, in the Discord. Share them. Let me see what you have made so that we can celebrate you. I mean, our goal is for everybody to get a little bit better every day, right? Ryan. And it's hiding behind. Okay, so you guys have a wonderful night. I will see you guys later. And yeah, just keep crafting, and I will see you. My next live stream is planned for Tuesday. In the meantime, I do have the workshop coming up on Saturday where we will be doing a version of the blackout technique on embossing folder. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, I would love for you guys to attend that. So head over to edu.debbiej's Crafting Corner if you want to sign up for my workshop that is coming up Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so I will see you guys later, and y'all have a great night. Bye, guys.